said, you being moving over here. I mean, we used to see from afar all the exploits back at Cavasas now, but here you are, and we already feel the impact of your personality. And we thank you so much for all you do for CAAMFA. All right. The second person, our second speaker for today that I'm about to introduce is a powerhouse. The powerhouse. If you know, you will feel her. So, without much ado, I would want to welcome one of our own and welcome Warrant Officer 1, Colwell Sama, and she is a doctor, by the way. For those of us that don't know. So please go ahead, ma'am. The floor is yours.
Hi, sounds good. Can everybody hear me? Yes, okay, perfect. Thank you, CAAMFA. What a great day for us to be doing this together on a day before Resurrection Sunday. So I'm praying everybody has a great weekend, great Easter, and for those fasting that you enjoy your time as well. We are supportive of you. Okay. So like I said, he already said I was a doctor, but I didn't come to the US to become a doctor. I'm originally from Burkina Faso, born December 21st. December 21st is the same day as Thomas Sankara was born. Different years, but same day. Okay. So growing up, I was looking up to him. Not for too long because his life got cut short. All right. So my parents, my dad is a polygamous man. So my real mom, birth mom just passed away. And thank you, CAAMFA, for all your support that you've given me during that time. Okay. So from age 7 to age 14, because I was the oldest lady, female in the house, it was my responsibility to go take care of my grandma. Okay. My grandma, that who we call the Ava, this whole time, she was in a village with no electricity, no power, no phone, no nothing. Mind you, she couldn't read any word in English. But guess what? She was the midwife of a village. She gave birth to hundreds and hundreds of kids by her own, no medical help, and she did that for free. It's like not out of the kindness of her heart. Okay. So today, when I was not today, but like a month ago, when I was asked to speak about warrant officers' view of Army leadership, my first thought is, what a great day! What a great person in the Army to talk about Army leadership can only be a warrant officer. First, we've been enlisted. You have to be a staff sergeant as enlisted or some first class to convert to a warrant officer. Guess what? That gives us the benefit of the experience of the NCO, but we also enjoy the dedication that the officers have, right? And we have to know our own expertise to be able to advise those senior officers that we're tasked to by being technical expert in our fields. Okay. All right. So what is Army leadership? How does Army define leadership? Okay. According to FM 6-22, leadership is the process of influencing others by providing purpose, direction, and motivation while operating to accomplish the mission and improve the organization. Accomplish the mission and improve the organization. So that's all it should be about. Shouldn't be about our thick accent. It shouldn't be about how tall we are, how ugly we look, or whatever the case, right? But we got to be mindful also that it's about the commander's intent. So when someone asks you to do something, it's not necessarily because they're picking on you, but whatever it takes to accomplish the mission is what needs to be done, as long as it's legal and ethical. Next part. So The other stuff shouldn't matter. It's the end goal that should matter to us. Okay? So mission is the matter, and whatever it takes. So what is an army leader? An army leader is a person of character, meaning a person that has empathy, meaning you can sympathize, you can empathize with someone else. You can put yourself in someone else's skin to feel how they feel. Living by the army values, the warrior's ethos. Be a leader of presence, meaning you cannot tell a squad to go run 3 miles while you're sitting here enjoying nothing. Meaning you got to be there while they're doing it, right? Physically fit, be confident, resilient. Meaning you don't necessarily have to say, go do 5 miles if you can't do it. But if they're doing 2 miles, do it with them. So that's the presence part. And be a leader of intellect, mentally agile, sound judgment. Meaning, what would a reasonable person have done in the predicament that you find yourself? If there's anything, what would the court say? What would a reasonable person would have done? So anything you do, just put that in mind. What would a reasonable person would have done? So army leaders extend their influence beyond their chain of command, just like we're doing here. If you ask any of us, some of us put thousands of hours to CAAMFA doing night researches. CAAMFA swab, if you're here, you can hear me, right? So why we do that? We do that because we want because we want our community to be better than what we were handed over, right? So we're not doing this any personally for us. We're doing this for our community as a whole. So I told you a little bit about my traumatic story. So at age 14 is when I was really, really traumatized. How? Not by rape or anything like that, but I was beaten by a snake. The same day I had my period. So it was traumatizing, not because your foot just got swollen. I don't know if I will be able to survive or see my parents or my sisters ever again. But guess what? There was no medical doctor within 100-mile radius for me to get help. So I was put at the mercy of a traditional healer that I had to put all my faith in and trust that they will heal me, they will put me back to pieces and get me back help to my parents. So that is when I find that life is so fragile. Like just in one bite, I could have passed. See what I'm saying? So I ask yourself, our life is not guaranteed. Let's say if you were to pass tomorrow, what would be your regret? Would you say you led the way you should have? Would you say you've done everything you should have or wanted to do? So live every day as if it was your last. That's what I learned from that. And not only that, I told myself, I don't care what everybody else did. My grandma didn't go to school. My mom didn't go to school. I will not be one of them, right? So I'll study so hard to change the history of my family. So that's what I did exactly. Went back to my parents at 15, studied a middle school, high school, went to college for 2 years, and then my grandma passed in 2001, rest her soul. And after that, I was like, before she passed, I said, I'm gonna be sitting here. I wanna be gone far, far away. I don't know where I'm gonna be gone, but I don't wanna die. Like I'm not dying, but I wanna be far, far away. But a lady in that position that has no money, my parents wasn't like the richy parents in Africa that some of you have, right? So I had to go to a cafe, internet cafe, and ask a Cameroonian guy that was there at the time managing the cafe that speak a little bit of English. So he helped me fill out a whole bunch of school application through fastweb.com. I got admitted into 3 schools, one in New York, one in Virginia, one in California. As a black lady, or African lady, where do you think I went? To California, because it's the warmest, right? So went there, studied, got my bachelor's in business administration, continued to get my master's at Cal State Dominguez. At that point, I got married and had Jaden, she's 16 now and working. At that point, my dream of coming and studying international business and going back and do great things for Africa, was a little bit sliding down, because you can't take someone's kid and just go back to Africa. Americans don't like that, right? So at that point, was working for Scott Robinson, and then opened my own mental health counseling place where I was doing anger management for people and all that, right? One day coming back from work, I see a bigger sign that says 3 years in the Army and we pay off your student loans. That did it for me. I'm like, 3 years is nothing. My daughter was 2. And going 3 years, going on 13 today. Still finding my way out, okay? 12, but I'll be 13, because I took 1 year in 2000, or about 9 months in 2017 to take off breastfeeding for Travis and stuff like that. And went back, passed a PT test, and they took me right back, okay? So I became a citizen in 2009, joined the Army in 2010, and been in the Army since then. I've been doing other stuff on the side, like some of you been asking me what's IFS, what's whatever. IFS is Healthy Individuals and Family Services. When I opened that office in Norwalk, California, that's when I started that. But I it was dormant because I wasn't acting on it. So last year, I met people that introduced me to a different business, which I used the same handle for, Healthy Individuals and Family Service, but this time is to help my community better their finances. I'm tired of GoFundMes. Like, some of us have parents that we can't help because they're not here, they're in Africa. But when your parents are here, your families are here, we need to help them to where if something happens to the community, it unlocks funds for us, not us having to give money out. You see what I'm saying? That's how other communities grow up. So that's what I do now, up for myself. But that's not the most important. Like, what, after I deployed twice, right? Once in Afghanistan with the engineers, and twice in, another times in Kuwait with air defender. That's considered a combat deployment, right? So coming back with 69, was invited to do an interview at a soldier recovery unit. So that's when I came there, because after reset, we were just doing 350-1 training and other Army Med Pro stuff that was not that important. So I was like, okay, I will do that, do an interview, got accepted, and I've been there since then. So for Hood is my current duty station. It's been since 2018, 3 different units, 69th Soldier Recovery Unit of the hospital, and then 3 Corps now, where I went to shadow a CW3, and he ended up retiring, and right now I'm filling in for him until someone comes, okay? So leadership, especially as a warrant, is being able to say to a lieutenant colonel, hey sir, this is what it is, this is what we recommend, which way you want us to go. That's all. So being confident, being able to know your job, to be able to recommend, to hire, right? And that is that part. So I don't have enough time, but I was gonna mention few leaders that influenced me. Like I said, Thomas Sankara, right? He says, women hold half of the sky, okay? Without women, there's no progress possible, not just in Africa, but anywhere. So we should trust women's judgment, their decision. We should motivate them to achieve their dreams. And in doing so, guess what? All the kids come from them, right? So if they succeed, all those kids will be succeeding in the future as well. So him, Thomas Sankara, Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa, all the army leaders, Obama, Clinton, that, you know, fought for women's rights forever, all of them, what can we learn from them? We can learn that it's how they live a life that matters. It's how they help us understand how life goes. And if you watch the Bob Marley movie, he said what? Doing good for me does not help me. Doing good for other people is what matters, is what's important. So let's all be Bob Marley. Let's all work for our community. Stay humble, stay hungry, stay dangerous, and keep grinding. Let's go get them. And thank you, CAAMFA, for this opportunity and specifically for helping my family while we were in need. Thank you.